Bro, you need a Dash and Zcash video update. So this is what we're going to do in this video, guys. We're going to jump into Dash and Zcash. This is on the 3-day time frame itself, and guys, check this one out. 200 simple moving average, kind of holding the structure fine, and this is the trend line to guide everything. You don't really have to put a lot of brains into focusing a lot of entry setups or something like that for Dash itself, because this is certainly one of the orders, guys. It's as simple as that, right? You don't have much supply going on for this entire asset as a whole, which is why these things can certainly go through supply demand shocks, and whenever those supply shocks happen, I don't think Dash is going to wait for anyone, guys. It's just simply going to roll to the upside. Bitcoin did that. Bitcoin simply went to $50,000-$60,000 from $10,000 without a gap, without a hiccup. So these are what supply shocks look like. What you can do is you can maybe dollar cost into this asset on some key levels, guys. As you can see right here, the 200 simple moving average was kind of guiding the trend to the downside at first, but then we kind of just simply kept on sliding to the upside. We're still kind of printing in higher structures right here in terms of the price action comparative analysis from your May COVID capitulation 2020, guys. Now we're still rolling completely fine right here. Now if I were to be long on Dash, I'm going to be managing my risk below this price point right here at first, and if we are unable to hold this one, this is going to be my ultimate risk management. And guys, we can talk about little psychological price action structures and levels as well, which is going to be our $100 levels per Dash, right? Now the chances of Dash going below $100 is kind of less. It's kind of less in the market, but I can certainly say that it's not for sure that we can't go below $100 ever, right? It could happen, it could not happen, but this is where your ultimate risk tolerance is going to be. Well, I don't know about you, but it's certainly going to be about the structural behavior in terms of the entire bigger picture right here, guys. If you lose $100 to the downside, most likely you will see a little capitulation going on in the price action itself, because this has been guiding the trend ever since 2015, April 2015, right? Now this trend line is of a big significance in the market as a whole. Well, let's just say that we are finally able to entirely manage a good looking trend right here and a support which kind of bounces the price action to the upside. Your upside targets are certainly going to be towards the all-time high at first, and then you can talk about 1618 at $2,400, which kind of feels like far-fetched opinion. If you're sitting in at $200, we're talking about $2,400. Yes, it's going to be a far-fetched opinion as a whole, but that doesn't mean that the asset can't simply go to the upside, guys. These things can go through supply shocks, right? And you can see most of these altcoins from 2017, all these OGs from 2017 are kind of picking up in the market because Bitcoin is still fine. Bitcoin is holding above 60,000 as a whole. And well, your $58,000 risk management is working fine as well in Bitcoin, which is why Dash essentially is certainly going to be trending to the upside with Bitcoin itself, guys. Major risk management below $110 and an ultimate exit strategy or any plan below $100, guys. I do believe that if Dash starts going below $100 in the bigger picture in the weekly or something like that, maybe it would need some more time to maybe get reaccumulated on some key levels, and then we can talk about some continuation move to the upside. So until you are holding $150 on the small to mid time frames, you're completely fine. You will certainly have to have a little, let's say a little leeway for about 30%, guys. You have to have that capacity to hold on to this 30% range even if we go towards $150 levels, because most likely you will get supported even if you come down right here, guys. The 200 simple is kind of telling us that this is of a great relevance in the price action, right? We can expect crazy bounces coming from these levels right here for a continuation leg all the way towards maybe the rejection high, which was setting at 450, guys. With Bitcoin going at 64,000, Dash kind of halted onto these levels. So this is going to be our first target, and after we keep on expanding, guys, we're going to be talking about once the 618 level at first, and then the one-on-one extension at $1,500 flat. I'm not going to jump into the small time frames and base my decisions from this exact time frame right here, but I think TradingView is giving me some model. Alright, guys, now I'm not going to just base my decisions on the 4-hour time frame, because the greater side of things, the 3-day time frame, the weekly time frame is telling us things that, look, this is a macro level of interest. So essentially, whenever an asset is coming into a macro zone of interest, I don't think you should get chopped out in the small time frames, which is below your 12-hour time frame as a whole, right? So all the focus into 3-day or weekly for Dash right here, and all the risk management of the stop loss will be according to 3-day time frame or weekly time frame for that matter. It's certainly not going to be according to 4-hour or 12-hour even for that matter, guys. Just check out the weekly and the 3-day. If the trend is fine, most likely you'll keep on rolling to the upside with Bitcoin trying to go towards 80,000 and 100,000 and beyond, right? So let's jump onto some privacy focused shitcoin right here. The only reason why I call this shitcoin right here, guys, because Zcash got rejected from 2 million Not gonna talk about that because I think somebody traded one single Zcash for 4,000 Bitcoin at some point in time, guys. Holy shit! I think that happened for real back in the good old days in 2016 itself. This is something which happened. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the. Anyways, we should kind of proceed with the price action, and we should be looking at some key areas of interest, sitting in at $100 flat back again, guys. Dash and Zcash are kind of walking together in the market, right? Both of these assets are getting supported by $100 with the 200 simple on the 3-day. I don't think things can get complicated. Look, guys, this is very simple. It's very simple right here in terms of the macro picture. If you start rolling below $100 on a weekly trending basis, most likely Zcash is going to spend a lot of time in this chop zone right here for, I don't know, guys, maybe until the rest of the year itself. But if we lose $100, you would most certainly come back down out of $50 to retest some support zones in terms of the long-term price action behavior itself. Because you can see right here, guys, crazy amount of relevancy right here into this zone. Now, well, $100 was also quite relevant, guys. And to be honest with you, this upper side resistance is also a huge level for Zcash, because most likely this is where we are headed to, guys. This is most likely where we are headed to. So whatever happens on $400 in a weekly or a 3-day schedule, that will tell us most of the things about a further continuation leg all the way towards maybe $1,000 or beyond or not. That is what it's going to tell us, guys. So if you have not jumped into any investment long position on Zcash, maybe scaling into Zcash as soon or as far as it's going to stay above $100, maybe just scaling into Zcash with a good risk management below $100 is going to work out as a whole, guys. And look, this is not a financial advice. This can't be a financial advice. You should plan your own things by looking at what is relevant in the market. For me right here, if I were looking at this price action, if I were to be trading this one, or if I were to be holding this one, in simple terms, I'm going to be really focused towards the 200 simple, guys. Let me just get rid of all the moving averages apart from the 200 itself. Now this one has caught up to this entire zone right here at $100, guys, which is why we got double reinforcement happening onto these levels, and essentially Zcash being held above $100 on a weekly basis is a good news, right? So as far as you're above this price point right here, you just set in another higher low, guys. We're going to be comparing this entire structure coming from the COVID couple. Kind of losing my words right here, but yep, we are kind of dealing with this kind of structure kind of ascending towards the upside ever since the COVID capitulation right here with the 200 simple, guys. Of course, being supported by the 200 simple is good news for Zcash as a whole. Now we can get into some Fibonacci analysis, guys. Fibonacci hocus pocus for you guys right here. Once you take out the previous all-time high, which is going to be at the $750 regions, certainly a far-fetched opinion sitting in at $160 reads. Yep, it's a far-fetched thing. But yep, once you go beyond that one, that is when you'll talk about 1618 and 4236 618 beyond the line, guys. These things can potentially happen, right? So a lot of people are evaluating Bitcoin's fair evaluation to be somewhere alongside $300,000. If that happens, Zcash is most likely going to be, I don't know, guys, most likely it's going to be flooding its way all the way towards 2618 and 4236 sitting at $3,000 down the line, right? That is going to be your investment target for Zcash. Now, guys, I don't think with Bitcoin simply rolling to the upside, you can have bearish bias in terms of the bigger picture right here, which is why most of the bullish biases are going to be formulated with $100 levels being supported on Zcash. That's it. Long story short, $100 support. Anything above $100 is good. Anything below $100 is kind of choppy to bad, right? That's it, guys. So with that said, I'm going to be winding up this video real quick right here, right now. I'll catch all of you tomorrow. Bye for now.